Today we're going to be ranking the 2025 rookie running backs into tiers for Dynasty Fantasy Football so you get a good gauge of how to value them for your rookie drafts. Also the flexibility as we approach the 2025 NFL Draft. Before we dig in though, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're dropping multiple videos a week over these rookies, the value in rookie drafts. On top of that, we're looking at trades for Dynasty Fantasy Football. We're looking at how to win your league. We're looking at strategy, everything else, just everything. Click that button, stop missing out, but we got to make this quick. This is pretty deep stuff. And it all starts out with that S tier. And it always does, doesn't it? The S tier, we know what it's about. And it's Ashton Jeanty. There's not too much to say about that because he was hella productive. A hella productive running back prospect here. 2,600 yards, a battle where he's going to go in the first round. Could be top 5, top 10, but he ain't going to fall. He ain't going to fall. The value's going to be there. He's over the quarterbacks in Superflex right now for the rookies. There's some people taking Cam Ward ahead of him. You'll see that every now and again. But lockstep, mainly with the consensus as a top player on the board at running back. And he's likely going to land in a good spot. And as a rookie, he is forecasted to get a heavy workload. So when you're looking at a running back like this, you're looking at a player here that has some upside to do some things big time as a rookie due to the positional fortitude of the NFL Draft where he could land. But now it's time to look at Tier A. We got to get into this. Tier A is the tier of running backs who are expected to land in a good situation that could do something rapidly once they get selected, once they get in the NFL level. We're looking at Marion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Quinshon Judkins, and Trevion Henderson, a batch of stud running backs here that could make a huge impact. Marion Hampton, back-to-back 1,500-plus yard seasons, 30 touchdowns in the last 2 years, 4.35 yards after contact per attempt, killed it at the combine. We're going to push it for a first-round selection. We're going to be up there, and we're going to get the opportunity early in our career. He's going to be a guy that people are going to be salivating for in rookie drafts because we know that. Caleb Johnson's a riser late in the process here for big media. PFF jumped him up the ranks. He's now going the second round of their mock draft simulator. A guy with 1,500 yards but broke out as a freshman. Under-recruited but made it happen. 21 touchdowns last year. 4.42 yards after contact per attempt. But on top of that, fourth on the team in targets. The main target getter got 46 targets on this offense. So a lot of people harp on the receiving production, but still 22 receptions on Iowa. Not too bad. Quinshon Judkins, he was the top running back going into 2024. And Ashton Jeanty had his moment, but we went to Ohio State to get it natty, not get pounded out too much at Ole Miss as we were road dogging it every day, but very productive in the SEC. We go to Ohio State, we proved that we can go from one school to another and be a big focal point of the offense, sharing the backfield with Trevion Henderson. Trevion Henderson, explosive, catches the ball in the backfield. They got a little bit of that DeAndre Swift, Christian McCaffrey type feel to him where he's explosive in space, where he can make you pay. And on top of that, we're looking forward to him getting top tier draft capital, top tier upside. Another player that could go ham on you any way, shape, or form for you in Dynasty Fantasy Football who should be a big riser. When I look at Tier A, this is a batch of running backs that are highly coveted, that are ranked all over the place with each other, but hella talented, 101s in last year's rookie drafts, top running backs in last year's rookie drafts. We are blessed with talent this year. We're looking at good players, but we're looking at Tier B. Most of these guys would be the 101 in last year's class. And we're talking about Dylan Sampson, Devin Neal, Scatterbo, DJ Giddens, and Damian Martinez. And when we're looking at these players here, we're seeing a lot of upside. We're seeing typical Tier A players down a tier this year because it's so deep. But Dylan Sampson here, if he wasn't hurt against Ohio State, that Tennessee game might have been different. They might not have won a natty. 1,400 yards, 22 touchdowns. Ran 40 wasn't bad at the pro day. We covered that. 3.6 yards after contact per attempt, 70 missed tackles. This is a player that could be a feature back for his next team. If not, covered a good role in a committee. Devin Neal. A lot of people are down on the athleticism, but it's good. It's good. We had a good burst score. We're pretty good on the speed score. Not great, not elite, but it's good. It's just against this whole class, it's hard to compete with. But you put him in last year's class, he's competing with the top. This is a running back that grinded out yards back-to-back seasons, broke out as a freshman here. We were watching him as a debut prospect. This is a player that you're going to get at a good discount for your NFL team in the draft. You might catch him as your RB2 in the rookie drafts even. This might be your second running back selected. Cam Scatterville, you love the 40 or you hate it, but the thing about this, that was projected coming in. Like we've been saying the whole time, we knew the 40 time wasn't going to be great. We're going to the tape, we're going to the numbers. Everything's checking out. That should not affect the rankings for you. If it did, that's telling on you of your process of watching tape. If you see an analyst doing that, you better bump that analyst out, because we told you the 40 time wasn't going to be good. We told you it was going to be in that late 4.5, 4.6 range, somewhere around there. And we told you it was going to look like that. 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, 45 balls caught, 4.09 yards after contact per attempt, 102 missed tackles forced. This guy's a grinder. He's got good vision. He can handle a heavy workload. He's going to be at a good value in your rookie drafts. Another good running back to look at, DJ Giddens is my guy. This is one of my guys. The thing is, there's so many good running backs in this class. Everybody's like tagging a guy, so we don't really have a guy. But if it is, it's DJ Giddens, because he has stud qualities, but really not being touted as a stud. Back-to-back, 1,000-yard season, 17 touchdowns in the last 2 seasons, can prove he can catch the ball in the backfield. 4.16 yards after contact per attempt. Killed it at the combine. Good size, adjusted athleticism there. 212 pounds. Good burst to him. Good burst score, and it reflects on the field. Everything's there with Giddens, and he's at a good price in the NFL draft, where your team drafts him, you're going to be getting a good running back, and he's a good price in rookie drafts. He'd be like one of the top running backs in last year's class. Easy. I would take him over Trey Benson. This portfolio here, what you're seeing here, kills Trey Benson. A lot of people were drafting him up last year. RJ Harvey. Big mover to me, because I don't have him far from Giddens. I was doing a mock draft, and I was looking at those two, and I was looking hard. And that made me realize, like, I had to make a move here. I had to make a move. I am a huge RJ Harvey guy. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, almost back-to-back 1,500-yard seasons, 3.88 yards after contact per attempt. Mega producer. Electric in the hole. Killed it at the combine, too. This is a studly running back class, a tier A player. But you know how we are this year. Damian Martinez, another good running back. Another good prospect here that jumped the board, that went up in value as he transferred from Oregon State to Miami. Proved that he can compete anywhere in the country. That's what you're getting with Damian Martinez here. Damian Martinez, 4.46 yards after contact per attempt, 42 missed tackles. You got yourself a stud here. He can transition. He will be cheap in the draft, too, for your NFL team. But now we got to look at Tier C. Tier C is a very talented tier. It's almost like a Tier B light right now. A Tier A light compared to other years. We got some good running backs here. We're talking about like a Woody Marks, Ollie Gordon, LaQuint Allen, Raheem Sanders, Basil Tootin. And when we're looking at these prospects, especially when you're looking at like a Woody Marks, we're looking at a running back here that can be productive, that's jacked up, rocked up, has good stock portfolio here, and is very athletic according to the average markers to running back prospects. Not average to this class, but looking good at 4.54, 40-yard dash, 207s, burst score, speed score, about average. Average athleticism, if you want to look at it like that when it comes to the testing, but still rocked up, jacked up, proven to be productive at USC, had back-to-back 500-yard rushing season at Mississippi State, comes in 304 yards after contact per attempt, missed tackles 434 this year, but is a prospect that's going to be later on down the board, that's going to be drafted on day 3, that's going to be at a good value for your NFL team. Ollie Gordon. I want to bump him up, but I think he's going to fall in the draft a little bit. But 1,700 yards in 2023. Everybody forgot about that in 21 touchdowns. We get to DUI. We have a slower season in 2024. And then the 40 time, 4.61, which isn't horrible at 226 pounds. Okay speed score. So a guy that can handle a full workload, but might fall a little bit on day 3. Might be a faller into day 3, but a player that I'm paying attention to throughout his NFL career, and a guy that I'm going to want on my teams. LaQuint Allen is one of my gems. One of my gems that I want on all my teams. I'm going to get him cheap, probably 3rd, 4th round of rookie drafts, depending on where he goes, where he lands. But he's proven to be productive. He's proven to catch the ball in the backfield. He's proven to grind it between the tackles, show some explosiveness there. Not worried about him at all. Well, really, due to draft capital, going to have to climb a depth chart. But as an under-the-radar running back in a deep, talented running back class, this is a running back that I like here. Raheem Sanders. I'm going back to the Arkansas days where he was a hot Devy prospect. Now you're going to catch him very cheap. He could probably take over the backfield if given the opportunity. He could be a guy on the back end of a depth chart that climbs his way out of that hole. And if the starters get hurt, could be a guy starting for your dynasty team or fantasy team for a short time. And Basil Tootin. I have him ahead of most of the guys in this tier. I like Basil Tootin. I have him last, so I can talk about him more. 4.32 40-yard dash. I think I need to move him up a tier, but I also want to watch where he goes in the draft. This is a player that I'm going to be drafting heavy. Out of all the players listed, I'm going to be drafting him a little bit higher, drafting him a little bit more. I'm also going to be very fluid with him, and I'm going to be quicker to move him up due to the landing spot. He's very explosive. 1,100 yards last year, 15 touchdowns. I think the draft capital is going to be there. We're watching him from afar right now. 5'9", 205. I think he's going to be a great running back in a committee that can be a home run threat. He's very electric. He's very assertive. That's the type of running back that I like. Those are my favorite type of running backs. Guys that are very quick and decisive as they approach the line of scrimmage. But we got to move on. We got a lot of running backs to talk about. And now we got to talk about Tier D. Tier D's got some talent. We got some good backs, but you're picking and choosing the guys you like the most. I got one guy here. Now that I'm looking at it, I like him more than the others a little bit more. But you guess who that is. I ain't going to tell you. Tier D, Marcus Johns, Montrell Johnson, Trevor Etienne, Donovan Edwards, Rashard Smith, Jordan James. And we're looking at this running back class. It's deep. It's deep. Those are some good running backs to latch on to. And now we're looking at Marcus Johns here. FCS caliber running back. Has some production to his name. 193 pounds, 4.45 40-yard dash. Looks like he'll be climbing a depth chart somewhere. Looks like he'll be on the back end of the depth chart competing for reps. But is a guy that you may want to have on the back end of yours. 4.22 yards after contact per attempt. And you're looking at Montrell Johnson.'t got sneaky tape. He's got good vision. He can also blast it up the gut. Good size to him at 212 pounds at 4.41 40-yard dash. 3.24 yards after contact per attempt. Does not have a ton of workload to his name, which is a good thing going into the NFL. Could be a good running back in a committee as well. That can handle it between the tackles, up the gut, around the goal line, get you to that dirty work. On top of catching the ball out of the backfield a little bit. Another running back to look at is Trevor Etienne. We have a big-time high school recruit here that did not live up to the status, but was productive at Florida, getting you back-to-back 700-yard seasons. Then we get a 600-yard season at Georgia. We've shown that we can go from one big school to another big school, transition and become a member of that program, become a productive asset. Maybe we can do that at the NFL level. Maybe we get drafted a little bit higher than expected. The media was talking him up a good bit. But we're looking at him, 3.43 yards after contact per attempt. Solid back, not grandiose. Solid back. Also, Donovan Edwards did not live up to his 5-star status throughout his career. 4-star in the rankings, 5-star composite. However, we got a running back here in the right system, could be a surprise play. Michigan fans will say that too, that he did not really mesh well with Michigan. Catches the ball well, the backfield. Shows us some pop out of the backfield too in the open field. As a committee back, catching the ball here and there, that might show some promise, maybe more for the NFL than for fantasy, but something to pay attention to as he's cheap. Rashard Smith, former wide receiver, 4.39 40-yard dash, speed to burn. Showed that at the Senior Bowl. That's the dude I was talking about. That's the dude I was talking about. But we went off this year, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. Very interested in him. Very interested in where he lands. If he lands with a top quarterback that likes to kick it down to his running backs or works his way up the depth chart and they're moving him around a bit, this could be a fun play for your team, especially in PPR, which should be. Jordan James is a running back I'm not too keen on, but still productive this year. Okay speed times. Okay, not exciting, but still 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. A running back to look at nonetheless. As we're moving on to our next tier, our last tier, Tier E, the last running back that we're going to look at today, Tier E, we're looking at Kyle Monaghan, who's from Rutgers. Big time between the tackles grinder. can really handle a full workload, back-to-back 1,200-yard seasons, productive running back, 3.37 yards after contact per attempt, 3.64 a year prior. He will be in the portion of the draft where he's going to be overlooked. He's going to be super cheap, round 7-ish, round 6-ish, maybe UDFA. But a running back that could climb a depth chart, that could turn some heads in camp, something to pay attention to, will be damn free in your rookie drafts. But a guy to pay attention to. There's other running backs, but I'm adding them to the list slowly but surely. But those are the rankings, the tiers, as we're moving forward through this Dynasty rookie draft season. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.